Estamos aquí en un nuevo directo para nuestro canal de YouTube. Estamos en un nuevo directo de Hotel Sofá. Estamos en capítulo número 21 de esta serie de Canal y vamos a continuar la aventura tal como lo habíamos dejado ayer. Estamos aquí en Mahag, Saar, ¿vale? Después de ver el desenlace fatal de la población de este reino, aparte de unos que se fueron de la ciudad, vimos que se convirtieron en esa especie de líquido inocuo después de haber perdido todo su, digamos, poder mágico, ¿vale? Por decirlo de alguna manera. Y después de perder todo ese poder, pues se convierte en una especie de líquido, ¿vale? Y tal, ¿vale? Vemos una escena anime preciosa, ¿vale? Bueno, su energía astral, perdón, se me salía el nombre. ¿Vale? Y Almeidrea se escapó. Y tenemos que ir a buscar a Almeidrea.
I still can't believe what that Almeidrea did. Not only that, but she was enjoying it.
It's patently clear she has no respect for human life whatsoever.
We need to take her out. I don't think I've ever felt so enraged at another person in my whole life.
Yeah! There's no way she's getting away with this!
Then we head for the underground docks. We need to hurry. Rinwell, can you keep moving?
Yeah.
Vale.
My family and I, we spent all of our days just living in hiding. Until one day when we were found and attacked. I was the only one my dad and the others hid. That's the reason I survived. While the rest of my family was butchered. The only thing that I could see was the crest of a lord glowing through the smoke. And then...
It was Almeidrea who did it. I'm sorry, Rinwell.
That woman. Did she really find the existence of Dan and mages to be that much of a threat?
Enough to invade another lord's territory? No, I doubt that. Most likely, she was after their knowledge and techniques. She only did it so she could become stronger. That's the kind of woman she is.
In retrospect, I do remember her making it sound like she created that monster she summoned.
A monster. I wonder, do you all think of me as a monster? Because I'm able to use magic even though I'm Danon?
¿Qué dices?
Rinwell.
Of course we don't think you're a monster, you dummy.
Huh?
I might have had to hold you back, but it's her fault any of this ever happened, not yours. Got it?
Bien dicho, no. Vale, pues nada. Lo que vamos a hacer es... No sé cuántos likes... Hostia, tenemos muy poquita de pasta, Hostia, hemos llegado a un momento que estamos jodidísimos, Porque no dan potis. Vamos a la posada a descansar. Vale. Vale. A esto. Y ver objetos como estamos. Gel manzana, gel melocotón, gel naranja. Poción feliz. Hostia, es que no estamos... Es que no podemos comprar prácticamente nada, Madre mía, tío. Uf, estamos fatal. Estamos muy jodidos, La verdad. Nave de Dan. No. Ruinas de Dan. Es que veis, dejamos suerte de visitar todo esto porque podemos hacer viaje rápido.
We've reached our destination.
Vale. Voy a poner un caballo. Es que no me puedo vender nada, Vale.
Hey. Didn't we find a recipe that...
Yeah, we
Vale.
can use this for it.
Nos vamos a entrar al muelle escondido. Vale.
A dead end?
No, there's an elevator. Looks operational.
Ahora funciona esto,
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Danans. Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. Let's see what they have to share about Almeidrea.
Puede que este no sea el mejor sitio del mundo para trabajar, pero al menos no hace falta preocuparse por conseguir comida. No puedes salir a la mar a pescar, pero si no te importa ir al río, conozco un lugar donde los peces pican solos. En el momento nosotros a investigar. Cura intensa. No es propio del Lord Almeidrea venir por aquí no decirnos ni una palabra. Y se ha marchado con un pelotón considerable. ¿Qué habrá pasado? Soy lo mismo que tú. Reconozco que me alegro de no haber tenido que acompañarla. Hace mucho que no veo a Niez. Si no me deslomo trabajando para unos ojos brillantes en cubierta, lo hago por otro en el muelle. Por cierto, ¿os habéis enterado? Dicen que entre el cargamento podría haber objetos robados que trataban de introducir en el reino. Sí os he oído, pero contenido no es asunto nuestro. Simplemente tenemos que procesarlo. Tienes razón, ya tenemos bastante pensando en cómo de antes vamos a transportarlo, con lo que pesa. Vale, perfecto. Caballa. Vale, aquí lo hemos investigado más o menos todo. Vale.
You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me, or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail.
Y se ríe, se parte el culo. Vale. Esto es el tema de los libros. No se ve, vale, esto. Vale, y esto es la cacería. Os aumentó la menancia. Levanta uno, vale. Quiero ir a entregar. Como tenemos un libro más, creo que es. Vale. A ver qué nos dice. Puedes entremeter todos los libros que queráis. Estaré aquí esperando ansiosamente. Pues hostia, nada. ¿Has aquí al bosque de los búhos ahora? A ver si nos dan alguna cosita más.
We've reached our destination.
Observador aviar. A ver. Encuentra y registra 13 búhos. El bosque solitario va mostrando signos de vida emplumada. El 42% de los jugadores. Vale. A ver qué nos da ahora. Cuota heredada escarlata. Cuota heredada azul. Nueva parte de culpas plata. Vale.
Look! It's all the owls we found. I guess this was their way of thanking us for finding them.
It looks like they're grouping up by color. Is that a thing?
Actually, the color of Dan and Owl's feathers is based on their maturity and their astral energy element. So maybe they stick to certain groups even if they all belong to the same kingdom.
Then I guess that means we can tell just how many owls we found in each domain.
They seem to be saying something.
Maybe they're thanking us for finding their buddies. Then again, maybe they're telling us that we have more owls to find.
I think the Queen is protesting that they shouldn't put undue pressure on us.
Maybe he's arguing back that we're the only ones they can actually turn to?
Right. Which is why the Queen is worried about sowing any ill will with us.
We'll do our best, so don't worry, I think.
Can you understand them?
Of course not. I'm just inferring. For some reason, when I hear them talk, that's just what I imagine them saying.
Oh. Well, I think you're pretty close to the mark at least.
Well, don't worry about it. We're not breaking our backs over this. I think that was a thank you.
Seems like it. From both of them.
Hoodle seems happy with this. Isn't that nice, Rinwell?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Looks like we got another reward.
I didn't realize that so many still remained. Dan and Owls truly are majestic indeed.
I thought the Dan and Owls had all but died out myself. That's what I get for making assumptions.
Vale.
Just so we're clear, this place is supposed to be a secret.
Yes, I'm aware. Places like these should be kept out of the public eye.
It's a pity, though. With proper training, they could be made into a magnificent chorus.
Se mira malo, es mal, El rey de los búhos se lo mira mal.
What are they hooting about now?
Alfred and Shion can interpret for us, right?
Huh? Oh, no, I mean, it was just a lucky guess last time.
Yeah? Maybe you'll be lucky twice. Go on, give it a shot.
Really? Well, if you say so. Let's see. Listen to them. Are they really up to the task?
What do you mean? You're the one who put them in charge.
Más o menos, ¿no?
It's my responsibility to protect our friends.
Stop trying to take everything upon yourself.
This is what the owls are saying?
Of course.
Bueno, ahí no.
I must say, though, we've found quite a number of owls. It's a testament to how much you care for Hootle, Rinwell.
I wonder which branch Hootle will perch on.
Rinwell?
Oh, nothing. Don't mind me. Well, come on. The perches are only half filled. We've got to find the rest of the owls.
Vale. Vale, hemos encontrado mucho tema de atuendos, creo. Hostias. Demasiado brillante. Esta está guapa, ¿eh? Sí. Es el lobo. Rojinegro. Hostia, este está muy guapo, ¿eh? Negro. No tiene nada. Esta está guapa. Vale. Vale, perfecto. Hemos hecho el tema de los búhos, entre los búhos y tal. ¿Estos? Tapar. El camino va a ser movidito. Vale. Vamos a ver.
This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Until then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Mahag said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat. I guess I'll check in on everyone.
No te Ponte para acá. ¿Por qué no vas a las piernas? Quizás deberías mostrar tu
Want to
formación.
see how they're holding up?
No.
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almeidrea, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cislodius Danans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Saar has people like Deadime. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almeidrea. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almeidrea when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Shion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Shion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Vale. Parece que aquí termina. Vamos a hablar con Lobo ahora.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different, though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever.
I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah,
ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almeidrea, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Tenemos a dos. Vamos a hablar con ellos. ¿Sabes cuando Halim?
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almeidrea?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times.
Vale.
After I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegus.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegus. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almeidrea did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almeidrea do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almeidrea resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Saar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer.
Esto
That
es
much I have
rival,
decided.
¿no? Rival. Podríamos decir que es rival. A ver qué sale. Está
You
mareado.
don't look so good. Are you all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
Pobrecita.
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almeidrea were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Danan people. But that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dovim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeidrea did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
Not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
Pues tú y Dohalim.
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Vale. Con Shion, a ver qué pasa.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almeidrea's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cislodia. The lush green glades of Menancia. The harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its Lake of Death, and Niez its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Danans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Danans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Danans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dana. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Amigos, sí.
Yeah, we are.
Te tiraba flechas. Aquí has pasado, Alphen. Ay. Había buen ambiente. No puede ser esto.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almeidrea. I'll ask Mahag.
Vale, vamos a descansar. Vale.
Look who's up. Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Vale.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Otro bicharraco. Hostia, como nos toque otro dinosaurio de aquellos.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Vale.
Good. Then let's find Almeidrea.
Vamos a Almeidrea. Vale. Vale. Fortaleza móvil Gradia. Vale. Justo ahora tenemos esto. Madre.
Xian.
Vale.
Now that's what I call a ship.
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahag Saar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelzelik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almeidrea plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Vale.
Yeah, you're right.
¿Ves la máscara?
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsef when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsef's brute strength was in a league all its own. Yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Danon in origin.
Xian said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Vale.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said
Proverbio,
anything.
proverbio. Vale, vamos a ver. Cojones, ¿no se abre? Ahora. Hostia. Esto no se ha venido. Ah, esto es para revivir. Genial. Lechuga. Vale.
Right, here goes! Engaging! Take this! Dragon I'm going in. Bring him down.
Switch it on.
Release. You picked the wrong fight.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and the pummeling to me.
I'm on a roll now. One more. Double it up. In a bind.
Arc seal!
Here I come.
Going in.
Slash.
Lightning! Downfall!
Abort. Dragon
Radiant, look here!
You're mine.
I'm out!
These fists have got
Vale.
your name on
Do
them.
it! Astral energy!
Say no more.
Back into
My
the
turn.
play!
Vale, bien.
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
Out of my way.
I see one.
Not in your dreams!
Solid hurricane.
If it's in the sky, it's
Take down their
mine!
defenses.
I never miss!
You're
I'll
finished.
tear you apart. Now I'm in the
You're
groove.
mine.
Astral energy!
Vale.
Full throttle!
Not a chance.
Take it! One
It's
more!
almost too strong.
Then I'll split it open.
Be my guest.
The earth throbs in
Smash
pain.
you.
I'm not done.
Here I go!
Glacial
Do it.
fire.
Dragon Rush.
Demons descend.
Vale.
Flashing fang.
Vamos, go. Perfecto.
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
Vale. ¿Qué es esto? ¿Son cosas mías? ¿O se parece a aquello que encontramos en Trivial? Espera, esto sí que está hecho de energía astral. Podría tratarse de una trampa de Almeidrea. ¿Qué hacemos?
Got it!
Puede que se manipula la energía astral cuando usamos escenos de hilo. Habrá que intentarlo.
That went well.
Are you okay?
Vale.
You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm
Tomates.
fine. Let's keep moving.
No backing down.
Here I come.
On
You're
guard.
finished.
Far enough.
Lunar corruption!
Dragon Swarm.
Eat this.
These ones can run rings around us!
Eagle Dawn.
Double Demon Fang. Rimmer.
Astral
Vamos, Rico.
energy!
Say no more. My turn.
Going in.
Dragon
Now I'm in the groove.
On guard!
You're mine.
Do it!
Strike.
Get toasty!
Ataca rojo vivo.
Bird strike. I'm practically unstoppable.
Hostia, bien. Pasta, pasta.
Gotta break through. Here I come. Eat this. You're mine. Dragon Swarm.
Armor won't save you.
My
I
deal.
can read your moves like a book.
Try this.
Just getting started.
We're not finished.
Make it rain. Eagle Dawn.
Commander of
Sara.
Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclone.
My turn. No escape.
Shield and
You're on.
hurricane.
Double Demon Fang. Rimmer.
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Vale.
No choice. Dragon Swarm.
You think that shield will save you? This one's mine!
No escape.
I'll heal you again!
One more. Tiger
Double Demon Fang. We're not finished.
I'll take you all on.
Vamos, Kisara.
Flare the Malisa.
Shut him down.
Tiger blade. Whirlwind snap.
You picked the wrong fight.
Bien.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Hostia, 10.000 glats, tú. Vale. Esto es otra cosa ya, ¿eh?
Out of our way.
Here I come. You double demon fang.
So much for calming down.
Look sharp.
Lightning tiger blade.
My turn. Strike.
Excited. Got you.
Lungo.
Lightning.
Mirage.
Here goes.
Take this.
Follow dance. Far enough. Rip it.
It's over.
Going in. Ready. That's it. Tiger
Dragon
blade.
form.
Vale, bien.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
He's gone.
Now you'll learn.
Take this. Eagle fly.
It's on.
A showdown between blade and fist.
Kisara. Commander of
Kisara.
Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclone.
Vale, esto es súper espectacular. Ahora que empiezan a enlazar.
Carve
We'll
through
soon
us.
see about that.
Deal.
That's enough.
I'm only getting going.
Kisara, I'll stop your movement.
Kisara.
And I'll stop your life.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Pow!
The rebel. Take this. Stop that. It's over.
We're only getting started. Let the marksman handle this.
Here goes. I'll punch that gun out of your hand.
Got you now.
Lunar
Here I go.
Do it once more. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished. Now. Here I come. Dragon form. Slash.
It's go time. Shield and come on. Now I can carve through walls. Going in. Take this.
Lunar blast.
Dragon
Glimmer
form.
dragon.
Annihilation. Mega ray. Here goes.
Ignite.
Time to shine. Eat this.
Now, while it's reeling.
Take it down.
I'm on a roll now.
Try this.
First.
Inferno
Tiger
Torrent.
Hurricane.
Dragon form.
Glimmer tiger blade. Make it left.
Vamos, venga.
Full throttle.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from.
Vale. Es inspeccionado todo, ¿no?
This is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
Vale, creo que sí, con el inspeccionado todo esto. Hemos recuperado cositas. Ahora pasando todas las habitaciones por si acaso. Vale, aquí había el cofre este. Vale. Vale, es el nivel inferior. Vale.
Just sit still!
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
I'll smash you!
Will this help? Tiger Blade! I never
An astral arts?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Searing Flame! Reload! This one's mine! Let me help! Hurricane! First
I
aid!
owe you one.
Slot, make it rain!
Kisara! Commander
Vamos,
of
Kisara.
Phoenix Cyclone!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Xion.
Veo gente de melocotón. Z. ¡Hostias!
No further!
By the power of water! Going in!
Swallow Blade! I won't show you any mercy!
¡Mierda! ¡Mierda! ¡Mierda!
Tiger Blade!
Dragon Swarm! Take this!
I really owe you one.
Dragon Swarm! Ignite!
I really owe you one.
Tiger Blade!
I'll finish you here and
I
now!
never miss!
Dragon Swarm!
I'll smash you!
Tiger Blade!
You see what happened there is you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
Quiver Flame Meteor!
Dragon Swarm!
First strike!
Dragon
Here,
Swarm!
let me help!
Take this! I'll crush
Vale,
you!
vamos, low.
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this!
Double Demon Fang!
Searing Flame!
Oh,
Here, let me help! Here, let me help!
Double Demon Fang!
This one's mine!
Swallow dance!
Searing Flame! Reload!
No further!
Glacial Downfall!
¡Hostia! Buenas, Carlos, ¿qué tal, crack?
That could
No!
easily be fatal.
Just as well,
Time
I'm
to
here
let
to
it rip.
stop it! Back into the fray!
Double Demon Fang!
Back into the fray! Annihilation! Here goes!
Not today!
Ray!
I don't feel so hot.
You should sit this one out then.
And miss all the fun.
I'll bring
No
you
way.
back and cultivate!
Ah, bien.
Your art!
Guardian Field!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
Swallow Blade! Thanks!
Let the marksman handle this!
Thanks!
This one's mine!
Explosive Ring!
Going in!
Quiver Dragon!
Tiger Blade! Gemini
Vamos, vamos.
Dragon Swarm!
Vamos, low. ¿Qué tal, crack? ¿Cómo estás, Carlos?
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
¿Aún no?
Pieces! Attack us!
Glacial Spear!
Ignite!
Fierce Evo!
Make it rain!
Vamos,
Astral
Bimbo.
Energy!
Say no more!
Bien.
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Técnica blanca.
This'll make us even...
Túnica blanca. Túnica de un blanco nibio, tejido con una tela impregnada de energía astral que no oscurece con el tiempo, por más veces que lo observa. Ónice negro. Ya te digo, aquí también igual, ¿eh? Estamos con un frío. Bien, tío. Ya te digo, también estamos con un frío. Hostia. A ver. Emblema mágico. Vale. Esto sube defensas.
More
Vale.
formidable.
Hostia, lo que había ahí.
Out of my way!
Take this!
Annihilation!
Dragon
Swallow
Swarm!
Dance! Flame of Fury! Burning Hero!
Slot!
Vamos, venga. Es una locura este juego. Llega un momento que no sabes lo que están haciendo.
It's time. You picked the wrong fight. Switch to offense. You're mine. Make your way. Look sharp.
Vamos, low.
Lightning Tiger Blade.
Bien.
I won't rest until I'm the best I can be.
Still striving to be on par with the Lord?
You simply can't be too strong when battle is a part of your everyday.
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zoogles the Renans usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
They certainly look as twisted as
¿Y este?
Even here.
¿Qué pasa? Este documento no se puede leer. ¿Qué coño está pasando? Se nota que los inclusos están en una sota de Almeidrea o en la ruta al laboratorio. ¿Veis? Sale este puntito para leer y no se activa. Eso está roto, ¿no? De los localizadores que se vale, sí. Bueno, chicos, a ver dónde estamos. Estamos aquí. Lo dejaremos aquí, ¿vale? Por hoy. Ya son casi las 12. Por lo tanto, lo dejaremos aquí. Gracias a Carlos por haberse pasado por aquí y comentar, Carlos Pozo. Tío, lo dejaremos para mañana, ¿vale? Continuemos a partir de aquí y veremos hasta dónde llegamos. ¿Vale? Voy a guardar partida. Vale. Pues nada, chicos, lo dejamos aquí. Gracias a todos por estar aquí. Muchísimas gracias a todos por el apoyo en el canal. Estamos adentrándonos en la fortaleza móvil de Gradia, ¿vale? Para encontrar a Almeidrea. Y... sí, tío. Hoy sí. ¿Cuándo sueles empezar? Es que hoy he empezado a las 11 menos 10, una cosa así. Seguro, lo más seguro es a las 11 estoy. Más o menos a las 11 de la noche, normalmente siempre estoy. Y nada, chicos, lo dejamos aquí, ¿vale? Pues nos vemos mañana con más y mejor aquí en nuestro canal de YouTube. Con este Tales of Arise, que está muy guapo, Y estaremos en un momento muy bueno del juego. Debe ser que lo estoy pasando de puta madre con este juego, es que es muy guapo. Y nada, chicos, ahora sí, gracias a todos y nos vemos mañana aquí en YouTube, ¿vale? O sea que hasta mañana, cuidaos mucho y que tengáis un buen martes. Hasta mañana, chao, chao.